It's done. And today we're going to create or put together a little hanging basket from some sweet potato vines that we have cuttings from. And these are ready to pot up. You can see here they've got tons of roots on them. So we need to either get them in the ground or in a pot or something. And that's what we're going to do. And I was about to use this hanging basket, which, pretty much the standard hanging basket that many of you have, and pot it up and get it going. But I got to thinking, I want something a little bit different. And I'm always trying to reuse, recycle, repurpose things. So we've got this, and it was a holder for one of those solar lights that would sit in here and come on at night. But uh, this thing fell in the pool one day, uh, and we couldn't get it out right away, and it no longer worked. And we've not been able to find the exact solar light for this. So I got to thinking, why not try to make a hanging basket out of it? It's pretty neat looking, and I just got some more of the cocoa core and lined it in here. It has, you can see down in there, a hole, so just some drainage. And I've got these little wire, hanging basket hooks that you tie on to make a hanging basket. So I'm just going to try that and see how it looks. So stick with me, and we'll get this sweet potato vine. And I've got two varieties, by the way. You can see the lime green, and then I've also got the dark purple here. So stick with me for a minute, and we'll get this potted up and see how it looks. You just want to get those roots down in there and make sure they've got soil covering the root structure. And I'm going to put these in here pretty tight because I want this thing to really fill out quick. And it should with this sweet potato vine. And that's 1 week today on these cuttings, by the way. I've got another video out there on my channel to show you how we do these cuttings if you're interested. But that's 1 week's worth of root growth in a water bottle. And what we're hoping for here, and again in that other video that I did, I showed you a hanging basket, but we want this just to grow up over the top of the basket and then just kind of start trailing down is what we're hoping for. And now I'm just going to take a little bit more of my potting mix and try to go in here in the middle and fill this up just a little bit more. And then we're going to get this watered in. And I'll probably just use the water from where I was doing the cuttings. I'm just trying to be, a little bit careful here and pack this in around the plants and just kind of get it, fairly even distribution down in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this is just really just an experiment. And I think what I'm going to do is, since I've got one more of the purple left, the dark purple, I'm going to put it right here in the middle of this. Why not? So we'll let that settle in for just a minute. It's already pretty heavy, and just to kind of see how it does, see how it looks. And then we're going to go ahead and try to put our actual hook on there. And on the hook, the hanger, I guess, if you will, with the hook on the end of it, we're just going to try to get it like on 3 opposite points here. Yeah, this thing was not really made for this application, but we're going to make it work. And then just kind of on 3 opposite points, just so it'll kind of hang straight is all we really care about. Maybe that one. And before I close these other 2 up, I'm just going to adjust my wire a little bit and then check it to see how it looks. And that actually looks pretty good. It might hang better or look better if I move this one over one, so I'm going to move that over. And then again, before I close these completely up, I'm going to check it again to see if I like the way it looks. And that looks pretty good. I'm not hating it. I'm just going to wrap these wires back around themselves here and kind of tuck it on the inside of the pot so it doesn't, gouge me or somebody that might be watering this for us. Just to make sure it's kind of secured on there. That's all I'm doing. Same way with this one. And then you can straighten these wires. And then we've got ourselves a pretty cool looking hanging basket. And then, like I said, in a week or 2, this stuff should really take off and start growing and hanging down over the edge of the basket here. So uh, we'll hang it up somewhere and let's see how it looks. So we did go ahead and do a second one because we had enough of the cuttings just in another hanging basket, and we put it over here in our little patio area. But the other one that I showed you how we built, I hung it right here on this little arbor that I created. There you can probably see it. And we'll have to watch it, for a few days and keep it watered really good and everything. But I'm hoping what will happen, in a few days after it starts growing really well is it'll come up and over the edge of that pot and start trailing down. And it'll just, add another interesting pop of color right here in our little arbor seating area. We like to come out here a lot of times either early in the morning or late in the evening and, sit here and watch the sunset. This is west facing, and we just really love it out here. So this has been Don with the DIY Collaborative, just bringing you another short how-to video, hopefully to inspire someone. Let us know uh, how you're making hanging baskets. Maybe you've got another more interesting and intriguing way to make one. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. We'd appreciate some comments and a like. Maybe share our link to the channel. And once again, that's it. We appreciate you checking us out.